Welcome to Coaching Uncut, a special series on the Unstoppable Woman podcast, where I take you behind the scenes and give you a peek into the private coaching I do with my clients. All of these coaching calls have been recorded with the permission from my clients who have generously allowed me to share these with you as a way of helping more people in this world. They give you access to master level coaching and the opportunity to learn the lessons that they're learning right along with them. Please keep in mind that these recordings are not studio productions and the audio quality may be less than ideal, but the content will take you far and help you become unstoppable. With that, listen in and learn. Have you ever wondered how forgiveness and mindset work to change your outcomes? Yes, there are really painful and hurtful things that people do, often intentionally, often with malice. And yet, how we handle them, both directly and indirectly, immediately and over time, affects your results. One often wonders if it's worth changing your perspective and moving on, or if it's better to simply indulge the bitterness. What can changing your mindset really do? Listen into this call with my client to hear a true story of the power of mindset and forgiveness.
Hello.
Good morning. How can I help you?
More sharing a very unique thing that happened yesterday. I think you know a little bit about my history that I had at my former employer and how toxically manipulative it got towards the end. Yesterday, I got a LinkedIn request from a former attorney there that, from my personal perception with everything that was going on, he was somewhere in the spearheading, or at least he was used for a lot of the allegations, shall we say. He contacted me to connect yesterday, so I'm like, okay, I'm fine. I will connect. I'm in a good place. After 4 years, he apologized to me on LinkedIn for his involvement in all the crap that happened at the firm. I thought
fantastic.
That was intriguing.
Few reflections for you there, Shannon. One,
yes.
Receive that in. That is fantastic.
Yes.
Two, people are generally good. They make mistakes.
Yes.
They don't show up well, and generally they're good. I keep that as a faith, if you will, and it's really a worthwhile perspective to have, and this just proves that out. Many people would not have actually followed up with you. However, they do feel contrite. They have learned lessons from it. They are grateful for those lessons. They reform, but they never speak out. That is also a powerful adjustment, if you will, to the energetics of the situation and life. And know that about people. That's part of the faith. Even if you don't see it or experience it directly, it is happening. And then third, this is largely to do, not entirely, but largely to do with the extraordinary up-leveling that you have been doing over the course of our work together in terms of taking personal responsibility, self-ownership, stepping out of the wrong, right, blame game, and just owning yourself in this world. When you're less in that and cleaning up your relationships, right?
Yes.
When you're less in that, you get matched with totally different things. Just like I teach that the law of subconscious momentum means that if something is in your subconscious program, it will continue to be sent out. So a belief, a perspective, a wrong that you're holding on to that you haven't released or forgiven, right? It is being sent out, whether you're aware of it or not, and you will get matched with that. It's a cause set in motion until it is changed. You have changed that cause that was set in motion, and you're getting new responses back. Huge.
Yeah.
I love it.
And I do agree with what you're stating, because I would not have been in the correct mindset to receive and forgive like a year and a half, 2 years ago, with everything that went down. Very much more into the blame game and etc. This came when I was ready to receive, I feel.
Absolutely. I agree.
Yeah.
100%. Did you respond kindly?
Oh, yes, I did. And I responded back kindly. I was chatting with him how, even in some of our darkest hours, it actually ends up being our biggest igniter. I couldn't be happier. I wish I would have went out on my own earlier. I'm X, I'm Y, I'm Z, but thank you very much for, it means a lot, though, that you thought of me and reached out to me. And it was really, his response was kind of sad thereafter, because his response back was essentially, I've never had the passion you're explaining that you have right now for your practice of law. And where I feel I have been destroyed by events that have happened, he goes, it's intriguing to see how they have actually developed you and ignited you. So I thought that was an interesting response back. Also a sad response back that he doesn't have, the passion. Like I said, I wish for you the passion in both personal and professional life that, life has brought to me. And I know it can be brought for you too. Part of me is thinking about, well, I don't want to necessarily become BFFs with this person, but at a bare minimum, I can tell that he's struggling right now. So I'm trying to figure out how I can support someone that is obviously struggling right now without getting overly involved.
I have some ideas for you that were popping while you were speaking. One, I think it's important to go back to him, and maybe you already did this, but not in your summary to me, and share a little bit of the transparency of, you know what, I want to just let you know that it was a journey. I was very hurt. I was thrown for a loop. It didn't seem just. It didn't seem right. I was hooked, and it was derailing me to a certain extent, and yet I found enough chutzpah, or whatever your word would be, to go in a different direction. And then I really invested in my mindset, in my perspective, in my belief system, changing all of that. And then, although my audience is primarily women, I would direct him to the Morning Mindset Club.
I preach that whenever anybody talks to me. I preach that.
That's great. So that would be the next step for him, just to give him, you don't have to be his mentor, you don't have to be his coach, but delivering him to a resource that can help someone can be life-saving, life-altering at the very minimum. And to let him know that change can happen, you need to immerse yourself in a different way of thinking. And here's one way. So that's a way that I would guide him.
It's an Audible book, basically, a month.
Yeah,
and it's so much more than an Audible book, what you're getting. So,
yeah, it's an Audible book, right? With interpretation, with application. Like, how do you apply this to your life and your business? And we've just had huge response to it, and I'm grateful that you're one of our biggest fans with it, and so is your sister. It's such a resource, and even if people can't afford to enroll in any of our programs, doing just that would help them make a breakthrough immediately. Pretty much.
Yeah,
so,
100%, 100%. Because I'm right now in my favorite chapter, the faith chapter right now. It's like it's probably my favorite chapter in Think and Grow Rich, because that has I always get so many gems out of that chapter.
I love it. Good
awesome.
Stuff.
Well,
stuff.
Beautiful. Thanks for chatting with me and walking me through from different perspectives of this uniquely significant event that happened yesterday, both by my interpretation and how I can, pass the piece on to him, or at least pass the tools for the piece on to him. So thank you.
I love it. You're so welcome. You're so welcome. I'm really proud of you, Shannon. So congratulations.
Oh, don't make me cry. Okay. Thank you.
Well, it's true. Okay. Have a good one.
Okay.
Take care.
You too.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much for joining us for Coaching Uncut. If you loved what you learned today, please leave us a comment and let us know. We always love a thumbs up or a 5-star review, so thank you in advance for that. And if you want to take your life and your business to the next level and it's time to scale, please reach out to us and schedule a consult at theunstoppablewoman.com/next level. So that's theunstoppablewoman.com/next level. See you in the next episode. Rock it out and be unstoppable.